Scratch and Jack, your hosts for the Across the Pond second anniversary Hangout. And Amazing Classic is a Google Plus community of scale modelers of all shapes and sizes, interests, genres, skill levels who like to share their tips and tricks with one another, learn more about their craft, and celebrate one another's scale modeling achievements. And did you know that Amazing Classic, the scale modeling community, is the fastest growing, or perhaps the fastest growing, the largest one existing today on Google Plus? It has 1,581 members. Woohoo!
Yay!
And joining us today are followers or members of Amazing Plastic to talk scale modeling, and also enjoy some scale modeling camaraderie. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great.
Lovely.
Starting from my Google, you know, this has been a real joy to do. You know, the Across the Pond came after the Sunday Hangout by maybe a couple of weeks. So we've been steadily broadcasting for almost, maybe give or take a few weeks, 2 years straight. So this is going to be a show just for the second anniversary, and we're going to continue broadcasting the regular shows later this month. I think I got it the 22nd is a Saturday and the 23rd is a Sunday of this month. Regular. And well, let's get talking about scale modeling, guys. Starting from my Google left to right. Let's start with Bob. How you doing, Bob?
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, or good evening, wherever you are. So let's go. What is your? When did you come on board doing the Across the Pond? Your job only allows you to join us here, not on Sunday nights. So when was it you actually joined us?
It's been a year and a half, almost 2 years ago. Problem with my job is a lot of times I work on Friday night late, so I'm not able to get up that early, or I have to stay up all night to do it. Then I have to go back to bed before I go to work on Saturday. But I try to get in when I can.
You know, when you are on and share your stuff, your stuff is actually pretty good. And what was your joy or not so joyful stuff about the Amazing Plastics Across the Pond Hangouts? What did you get out of it?
Well, I mostly met all you guys and hang out and find out some new tips and tricks.
Yeah, like what? I mean, the only thing I can show you is how to melt a model kit. I mean, if you ever wanted to do that.
Well, I found out how to half build a model and let it languish on the shelf behind me for 2 or 3 years.
And those ships haven't moved yet, the ones hanging over your head.
They can, though.
They're frozen in time. Oh, they are. They can't move. All right, Heath.
A certain space shuttle on 747 that's languishing in your basement.
Oh yeah, my 747 is languishing in my basement somewhere. Yes. I am building aircraft right now. I might just finish the 747 and not this. Well, the space shuttle is almost done, but I think I'm going to do the airliner for sure. What's that?
It's a Hasegawa egg plane.
Oh, nice.
That is small.
That is pretty small. Did you take pictures of it yet?
Yes. Their pictures are on Amazing Plastic.
Uh-huh.
And the video is up on public, but I haven't put it on. Yeah, that's a little $10 Hasegawa kit.
Uh-huh.
Took a couple days to build. And it's a little fun little fantasy piece.
It looks beautiful, though.
Uh-huh.
It's just like a fill-in quick build while I'm waiting for parts to come in for some of the other builds I'm working on.
Yes, please.
Yes, please, Heath. How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Happy second anniversary to us all.
I like that, to us all. We were on a Sunday hangout just this past Sunday, and you have it a little tougher in the summer, for your summer, to come to our hangouts here on Across the Pond because of the time change.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes when it's you guys daylight saving, we start at 9:30. But when it's my daylight saving, we start at 10:30.
Right.
So
what always got me about your time zone is you always had that 30-minute difference than the rest of the world.
Yeah. That's why we're called the Land Down Under.
Yeah, well, that looks like an alternative universe is what I'm trying to express.
It can be. It can be. It can be. It can be. But right now, I'm doing absolutely. I'm just taking a break at the moment from model making. I mean, I've made 3 Star Wars kits that everybody has seen. Right now, my model table is full to the brim with models that have been made, and I'm running out of space in a very big way. So I may have to get a nice little display case going or something like that.
Oh, sure.
But no, I mean, no, I haven't. I haven't regretted at all joining Amazing Plastics. As I said on Sunday, no regrets whatsoever. I mean, we're all great guys. We all do well.
I'm not thinking about it regrets. I'm thinking about what you got out of it.
Well, I've got a lot of tips and tricks from it. You know, I still haven't lit a kit yet. Still have not lit a kit yet. But I've been told that that's a bit difficult. That's just a type of step-by-step thing. But I am still determined to build a JJ prize fully lit. I'm just waiting to see when I'm going to be able to do it. I'm not going to put it.
I'm waiting to do that too. I mean,
I forgot what scene from which movie you want.
Well, yeah, there you go. You see, what movie you want? What impulse engine do you want? And do you want motors for the engine?
What scene and what movie do you want? Because it changed every scene.
Oh, no.
Right.
Don't get me started on the JJ Star Trek. Please don't. I don't want to. There.
All right. Well, moving on. How you doing, James? You hang out on Sunday nights too, because you're in the same time zone as myself.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, I pretty well, as soon as I got started into the Sunday night hangout, I pretty well joined in on the across the pond at the same time. And it's been interesting. It's time to get some camaraderie with some other modelers that we don't see on the Sunday night one. So it's been rather interesting experience that way.
But do you know something, James?
Yes.
You're the only paper modeler I know.
Well, I'm sure there are more paper modelers out there, but we all know it's a big responsibility that he has. The weight of the
James, I can't help
on your shoulders.
Yeah.
But you know.
So yeah. What's that?
At the present, that is where I'm at with my Dragon 2 capsule.
Oh.
Nice.
I can't help notice you're moving today, James.
It seems like the nose cone is pretty round, unlike NASA's Apollo is much sharper and angled.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's
of
pretty
course,
round.
and it's flatter and squatter than that. How many is that supposed to hold? How many men?
7.
Oh, really? It must be that big.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. 7. Are they stacked up atop each other, or are they side by side?
They're staggered inside, actually.
Oh, really?
You would be too.
Cool.
They're staggered, actually. From the pictures I've seen. So, yeah, well, this one's the model of the ship as was set up for the abort test. So, which was quite dramatic if you've seen it.
Take some coffee.
Well, I'm going to save the best for last. I don't want to pick favorites today, but I am. So let's toss a coin. Lou or Phil? Lou or Phil?
Phil.
I guess Lou has spoken. It's Phil.
Stardust has spoken.
Which means Lou's the best, so that's good.
No.
I've done
So,
nothing.
Phil, you know, we have known each other for quite a long time over the internet. In fact, we
Yeah.
could probably visit each other if we wanted to, but we haven't
Yeah.
visited each other. That tells you that we don't want to visit each other.
Maybe. Or maybe we just don't want the 6-hour drive.
Oh, I think it might be even more, actually. Maybe 7 hours.
He likes you just where you are, Phil.
Hey,
Yeah.
I would hop on my motorcycle to do that, but I don't trust my motorcycle to do it. So, anyhow, Phil,
Maybe I'll have to come visit you.
you're your most original one here besides Heath,
Hmm.
and you've been in and out on these hangouts. What did you get? What you've gotten out of this thing?
I learned a lot. I hadn't lit a model until I joined Amazing Plastics. So I guess I got the encouragement to do that. Meeting a whole lot of new friends, of course. Yeah, that's been pretty cool. You know, a few have come, a few have gone, but you and I seem to have, regularly hung together. I mean, I haven't been around much lately. It's been a little difficult round here. I've had quite a lot of other things on my plate, and I really haven't done too much modelling. But I kind of miss it. And every time I come in here, I get a new burst of energy to get back modelling. So
you see, we had the effect on Phil. You see?
yeah. But
Well,
what I did.
I know what you mean about that because I spend so much time in this one room. I thought I'd bring everything up here from the basement, and it's my way of cleaning up is just to move to a different spot.
Well, we've actually been refurbishing the basement. That's been something that Billy's wanted to have done, and at the moment I can't even get near an airbrush because my spray booth is full of crap. So I'm kind of at this point I can't really do anything. I've been working on my Mad Max model.
Oh, nice. Oh, wow, that's big.
Yeah, it's a Peterbilt 389 with a 53 blown V8 laminated on the front of the diesel. But I'm at the point where I need to sit down and do some airbrushing, and I haven't been able to do it because I can't find my spray booth or my airbrushes because they're buried as well. So today I've got a few days off work, so apart from a few chores I have to do, I'm going to start work on the base of the the aircraft carrier's diorama, but I did get a little bit done, and my camera batteries have all gone west, so I haven't taken any shots. But
Lord.
I've got the island on my camera now.
Did you say you're working on a base for that? Because it looks like a base itself.
Well, yeah, it's a diorama.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll put it in it and sit it on the chair while you chit chat and you can see it.
What scale is that, by the way?
1/2.
1/2.
2 5.
Freaking huge.
It looks like almost maybe a 150 or 200.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I don't know.
wow.
See.
Wow.
Oh, bloody hell.
So
That is really cool.
yeah. Now what it is, it's the Doolittle raid. So I've got 16 B-24s going to be taking off from it.
Nice.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I want to do some work on the base. You know, start making some water for it today. Move it along a bit. Oh, good. I just broke something.
Oh, no, he just broke it.
No, it's all right. It's a motorbike, not the model. So I figured I'd get the diorama, the C done. The ship itself is just going to be basic grey, and then over winter I'll build the guns and do all the final finishing touches to it.
I just have to go back to what you just said. Is that you came online to the Amazing Plastic, not just the community but the Hangouts too, and we give you encouragement. It looks like we've been giving you steroids. Your model builds are all so big.
Well, my eyesight.
That's
my
what she
eyes-
said.
My eyesight has deteriorated so much that the models have to get bigger, so I can see. The trade-off, the trade-off on that is the bigger the model, the more tiny parts they stick in it.
Well, you know what they say, Phil. You know what they say, Phil. The bigger, the better.
Plus, you get a workout just from lifting it.
It's just kind of funny. A bunch of guys here are talking about size. That just kind of freaks me out, though.
Probably one of the most important things I've learned in the community is that any mistake you make with starships and military can be covered with the term battle damage.
Yes.
Yes. Very true. But in amazing plastics, there's no such thing as accidents.
No mistakes, just happy accidents.
Well, for me, it's really
That's right.
for me, it's really the crash. That's just me.
Jack, on a serious note, though, I've met some amazing, talented people in here, and their work. I include everybody. Their work is amazing. I mean,
You're right.
I'd never heard of Lou until I built the. I think Lou, you did the TIE Fighter masking, didn't you?
Yeah.
They yours?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I had no idea who Lou was, and I used those masks when I built the TIE Fighter. Man, what a brilliant concept! And they worked. Easy to put on, easy to take off. So, and then to me,
What the hell, just easy.
So,
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. The first time I heard Lou's name was actually from Steve Neal, because Lou does masks, and he sent off a few to Steve Neal, and he kept saying, "Oh, my friend Steve, Lou Damaso, Lou Damaso." And it's like, I had this really weird image in my head of what Lou actually looks like.
You and everybody else, Jack.
And the one thing that was like a shock and a surprise is you're closer to a blonde than black hair, because I thought you would have black hair.
Oh, you thought I was a pizza slinger.
Oh, wow. Well, I didn't go that far, but okay, now that you went there. But no, I mean, you've been around, and I'm always honored when you come into our shows, because you have a lot of experience to part with, and also you have experience with almost hand-on experience with other modelers, if that makes any sense. We're talking modelers that are really big pros. What?
I don't have any restraining orders out.
not yet, anyway.
Well,
what
that's been cool. ABOs over here.
And what I really like about your presence is you're so down to earth too. You don't let these big people, saying that your name and worshiping the ground you walk on and all that sort of thing. You're really down to earth.
What's Simon Merck's got to do with this?
I don't know.
Yeah, you're not slamming into this now.
I think it's reflective in his model building. So, what brought you to the Across the Pond Hangouts?
That's I had answers for every other question but that. I'm sorry, Jack. I was checking it out on Google Plus, and it's like, well, I could have Wonderfest every other weekend. This is what I get out of the hobby. I love talking to other people, and Wonderfest comes once a year, but this is every other week, and I can talk to you guys and see what's up and hang out, as the kids say.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? For the first time in history, I actually saw Lou have difficulty answering a question. It was just dead air for a while there.
Well, and for once we see he's staying awake through the whole thing. That's nice.
Here we go. I was waiting for it.
Well,
Phil,
Every other
Phil
week.
kind of stole my thunder, because Phil kind of stole my thunder because I was talking about or thinking I had the largest build for this week. That's what I'm working on.
Sorry, Luke.
I've got 4 feet of discovery here.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And
Jeez.
it goes all the way back
Wow.
to here, but it's not nearly as impressive as Phil's ship.
Well, that's because Phil is
yeah.
almost, he has the entire thing. When you get that pieces put together, that's going to be impressive too.
Is that the ship from? Is that? Oh, yes, I thought so. That was the ship from 2001.
Yeah.
Right.
Excellent.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
This is the smaller
I'll
one.
still say Enterprise is better.
But I'm doing all the pre-shading this weekend, and hopefully I'll get the white on this later today or tomorrow.
Mhm.
Well, I envy you that you can actually get to your airbrush.
It doesn't make it clean. It doesn't make it clean. I picked up one of these at Wonderfest this year. It is so much more comfortable.
Oh, sure, like a gun. Yeah.
It's so much more comfortable than the pencil style.
What brand is it, Luke?
That's an Iwata.
Uh-huh. I must look out for that. That's nice.
Uh-huh.
What's the size of it?
It's got 2 different needles in it. One's a .35 and I've got a .5.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. So 0.35. That's good.
But it's the Neo Iwata Neo. I mean,
Sweet.
Neo from Iwata. But I
That's
think
actually quite a good brand.
I was getting this carpal crap. I was getting this cramp right in my finger from spraying.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, but my cramp is for a different reason.
Oh, Dude on Tundra.
2 thumbs up for Jack.
Anyway, I have to say that between the 2 hangouts, my favorite, if I can pick favorites among my children, I would pick the Across the Pond because you guys are funnier in the morning than at night.
Well, you have half
the
of us
thing, Jack.
half of us that aren't awake yet, and the other half are ready to go to bed.
That's true. That's very true. And you know what? Thanks for the compliment earlier that I have the nice digs now. And you inspired this actually, Lou, because look at the back of your chair. You get to lean back, and then my other chair was to lean back. And you're upstairs, not in the basement. So.
Well, I only have 1 level, so my house is all 1 level.
I do want to live in a ranch too myself, but long and short of it, eventually you're going to see this all clutter up. So, just so I can be like you, Lou.
I mean, this is my man cave. I'm surrounded by a heap of stuff, so
Where did he
I've got
come
plenty of stuff.
Well, anyway, that was awkward. Anyhow,
You started it.
I've gotten back to modeling myself because this past month I've been doing all this wonderful stuff here. One of these days I'm going to cut a video and show you this room in more detail if anybody cares to watch. But I put a lot of thought into it. I think because we spend a lot of our free time at a workbench and modeling, it's got to be comfortable. Everything's got to be at hand. Don't you think so? I mean, the thing about being in a basement, every time I had to go to the bathroom, I had to go up 2 flights of stairs. Now all I have to do is go down the hall.
And it's going to be warmer, too.
Yeah, in the wintertime it'll be warmer. I won't have to slow down on my model builds in the wintertime. And in fact, it gets kind of toasty up here. This is the warmest room in the house, but I was able to keep the window open at least. But long and short of it, it's much nicer up here than it was downstairs. But this room has 3 purposes. I'll do a video on what purposes they are. Anyhow,
I must admit, Jerry.
I've been getting back to modeling, and I got a, how should I say, I don't know what the terminology is, but when you found something and you overindulge in it.
Living?
The latest, I should say the latest.
Your latest obsession.
What's that?
Your latest obsession.
Yes. Well, this is jets, fighter jets, yeah, is my latest, and I got as far as getting done with the cockpit.
Oh, very
And
nice.
let's see. Oh, I love these webcams.
I'm thinking that's
Got
the
this
F-18 Hornet.
in there.
Awesome.
That was interesting because the thing I like about this product, Microsol, is just what happened here. The panel had different elevations. They were just you know, and they suggested in the instructions to cut the decal into like 2 or 3 parts. And like Phil, it's not my eyesight that's bad. It's my hands shake. And I figured that'd be just too much. So what I did was I laid the decal on there like you would normally, and I just doused it with the Microsol. And maybe about an hour later, it kind of like, because Microsol softens decals, and it conformed to the contours of that panel. And then I finished it off with a matte varnish that Vallejo has.
Oh,
yes.
That keeps it in place and keeps it from flaking up. So that's my thing to contribute.
Cool.
the hardest thing about that, Jack, what you just did, is not to touch it once you've put the Microsol on it.
Oh, absolutely. Not to touch it. Just leave it be. And,
Because it will rip or melt and stick to whatever you're trying to move it with,
right.
And will ruin it.
Yeah, make sure, that's the good tip, too. Make sure it's in place before you put the Microsol on there, and then when you do, just leave it the hell alone.
Yeah, and it might be even better to try to, instead of brushing it on, to try to drop it on.
Right,
because
right.
Brush on your brush is going to move the decal.
I actually use a Q-tip for this, although a Q-tip soaks up a lot of the Microsol, but I'll try to get a drop hanging off of something, and when it touches the decal, it will, with capillary action, just go onto the decal and flatten it.
I must admit, Jack, your digs look beautiful.
My what?
Your room.
Oh, thank you. I didn't think we were... Thank you.
Well, I was going to say it when we were talking about it.
This is something that I wanted to do in case I have something to show and I don't want to screen share. And I think it's turning out.
Yeah, looks good.
Jack, Jamie Shiner
good.
looking for a new bike.
But if you look at my lower third, it's the Sunday Hangout. Boy, that's stupid of me.
If we ever get bored, Jack can always give us the weather.
There you go. Oh, I got that changed.
There you go. There you go.
Anyhow, I've been getting back, and it's actually been a lot of fun. I didn't realize doing this room for a month. That's why I was off. I spent a lot of money too. I still got to spend more money on it, but long and short of it, I'm glad I did it because I was sitting up here last night, tired as a dog, and realized that I'm not downstairs in the basement. This is actually kind of nice. I can always lean back and get out of frame, that sort of thing.
Scared living with Jesus in us.
I gotta say, I'm gonna do a video on how to make a workbench area convenient, and why? Because a lot of beginners will just sit down at the coffee table and try to do this.
Yeah.
Some modelers like doing it that way, I'm sure, but I think for me, I'm kind of lazy. So it's a lazy hobby.
It looks like you're building the F-18 Hornet there, Jack.
How did you know?
Just a guess. Just a guess.
I was going to start on the Warthog, like I said I was going to, but I realized when I got this was open, an open box. I figured, why not just get this built?
Snap.
So it was open.
And Jack, you know that.
Well, it's actually pretty cool so far. I mean, I have to say, a lot of people say Revell's not the best, but I've never had any problems with the Revell kit. It's usually the AMT. If it goes wrong, it's usually an AMT.
Oh, we all know about AMT.
The quality of the Revell kits can vary greatly. Some of them are excellent, like the B20, B17 kit is an excellent kit. So it just depends, I think. some of them been around a while can be very good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm going to build some jets now. I did a survey on the community, and it turns out half of the respondents were into sci-fi, but there was a lot of people who said they delve into different genres, not just sci-fi or just cars or just military. They kind of like trade up and do different things. But I was pretty surprised that airplanes and cars weren't as high as I thought they would be. Military was higher than planes and cars. Yeah, planes and cars. So, what genre do you guys would build in that you've never done before? Because Liam, who's not with us today, and I've noticed, he doesn't do cars, and now he's doing a VW Beetle he said he's going to build it straight out, and then he's going to make Mad Max it afterwards. Yeah. So, his comfort zone is outside of cars. Do you guys have a comfort zone you are not comfortable in?
I don't do both.
I used to have a phobia about figures.
Oh, really?
And I've gotten mostly over that. But yeah, for a long while, I wouldn't try to do anything that required a realistic flesh tone. But
that's why. Realistic flesh tone was the problem.
Yeah, and painting eyes. I hate painting eyes. So if I go with a more fantastic figure subject, it's kind of midway. It's kind of the entrance way into doing more realistic figures.
Well, I have to say the figures is all about the paint, not about the figure itself.
No, but it's about if you're doing a googly eye on a gremlin, it's different than doing a human eye. So you can kind of work your way in from the from the fantastic realm into the realistic realm.
You heard about the woman who had a lazy eye. Her boyfriend broke up with her because he thought she was seeing somebody on the side.
Jamie Shiner's looking for an invite in.
Who?
Jamie Shiner.
Jamie? Jamie's never been. Oh, Jamie. Jamie's always been here. Okay. Jamie.
Let me in. Let me in. Can't you hear him beating on his tree?
Here comes Jamie. There you go. Anyway, yeah, I would think that doing human eyes would be tough because you can't make them look like they're cross-eyed. That's my point.
Yeah. Oh, the other part is that if you don't do them right, they can look real creepy.
Like sort of thing, you'll stand anywhere in the room and it's still staring at you.
Oh yeah.
Help me!
Well, there was when I was a kid. My friends of the family, I hung out with their kids, when I was, and they had this cheap print, and I can't remember what it was. I think it was. Oh God, I have to think about it, what painting it was, but it was the creepiest picture because no matter where we stood in the room, it looked like it was looking right at us. And we would dare each other to look behind the picture, see if anybody's behind there.
Yay!
In our imaginations. Anyway, hi Jamie.
Hi Jack.
How you doing?
Jamie.
I'm all right.
So we've been asking people about the second anniversary of the Across the Pond Hangout, and what brought you here?
Just went jumping the deep end. What brought me to Amazing Plastic? First of all, it's the people in the community.
Oh.
Secondly, it's the varied taste in models that people do, from paper to plastic to, and also it's the different aspects of the different models. I usually do sci-fi or bits of different things, but there's a lot of people do tanks, planes, and it's always interesting to watch and see what they do with them. Also, the other reason I joined was because for a year now I've been getting into lighting, and a lot of you guys have helped me with the aspects of lighting models. So that was my main reason for joining. And instead of being a lonely geek on my own in my room, I'm a lonely geek with 20 other people in the room.
You're well said. Here, well said.
You know, here's a good sentiment for you guys. If I ever won the lottery, I'm going to tell you guys, take a couple of weeks off. We're getting together and doing stupid stuff, like get drunk.
Cool.
But I think you put us all in a room, I think it would be a disaster, I would think. I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, but who'd clean it up?
I guess it would be you. All right, something happened here. So this is the part of... Go away. See, this virus scan you gave me here, Phil, the spy hunter, just likes to start up on its own.
Now, see, Jack, what you've got there is very dangerous depending on what your desktop is. You don't
my desktop. Oh, no. My desktop, I drank the corporate Kool-Aid. I mean, because my desktop is it's just almost like this. It just has amazing plastic on it.
But whatever website you've got coming up in the background, you don't want people to see.
No. I don't do porn on this computer. I do it at the other one.
Oh, that's
Make sure they're not networked.
See how you are? Yeah, I'm telling you all my secrets. That's a problem with you guys.
Jack, the other thing that's good about this community is, for the first time in God knows when, I mean, there's people on here that I've met, like Craig Kerr, all from England, and you know, some of us all met up at one of the big model festivals at Telford last year. And we looked around the models, had a drink, went for something to eat, and these are people that, you know, you were saying about the community that you would I'd never have met if it hadn't been for things like these hangouts.
Oh wow! You know what? You guys are warming my cockles. I'm serious. No,
I thought that was a new room.
Yeah, that is a different room. No, I'm serious.
Oh, get a road.
I think the common theme here is that we're getting the world together, and if it wasn't for Google Plus and the internet, we wouldn't be able to do it. You're right.
That's when Google Plus works, Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when it does work.
And it almost feels like at times I'm actually inviting you into my home, because after all, I see your picture, hear you, and if I don't like you, I just turn it off. And not ask you to leave.
We don't get the invites for some reason.
Right, but there's certain people we don't invite, do we? Anyway, but what I kind of like about your presence here, Jamie, is we'll be talking about something, and you'll just come out of the room and talk about something else. It's like you're not even a part of the conversation we're having. You start another one.
Sorry, guys.
No, that's all right. That's the endearing part, because I think, quite frankly, what you're telling us, what we're talking about, is pretty damn boring. And it isn't about you.
This is true. This is true.
I gotta be
ashamed, guys.
I gotta be frank too. I used to travel a lot, and I've never been to the UK. Never been across the pond, so to speak. And this feels like every other week I get to, visit the UK, Australia, and even like North Carolina and Illinois at the same time.
And not to mention Canada.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Canada, yes. That would be the thing. If we all meet together, where would we meet?
Yeah.
That'd be a good one.
Space station.
Would it be Canada? Would it be Australia? Would it be the UK?
I think it would have.
We don't want you over here. We're too bloody flat plugged up as it is.
I think Jack.
Where would you all meet? Where would you all want to meet?
I think it would have to be the International Space Station.
Oh. Okay, I'll just put my passage on the next Soyuz rocket.
Yeah.
If I get there, there's another thing.
That way we can pass over everybody.
And you just brought something to mind. I always have a problem losing parts from my model kits. I mean, I'm down, so I look down. But on a space station, I'd have to look literally everywhere.
Everywhere.
I think, with the exception of Heath, the most central point would be Greenland.
See you, boys. I ain't going.
I'm thinking in terms of maybe like Vegas, like cities that have a reputation of being naughty. I don't know.
We could tunnel down to the center of the earth.
Well, if you're talking about naughty places, Berlin.
Anyhow, let's do some screen share. I didn't want to really do it this time, but what the hell? This is a new member I want to highlight. Tommy Boy. Tommy Boy is actually a very decent modeler. I mean, what I'm surprised about this community, we attract even the real good ones, not just the average Joes like us.
Mm-hmm.
But I like this.
Joes.
To me, this looks like one of those 1940s toys that kids would get at Christmas time. It was sort of like
like it was
painted by some Japanese woman, you know. Of course, it's a Japanese plane.
It's called a Japanese Zero.
It looks like an old tin toy.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, the tin toy. Yeah, really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tommy Boy, for sharing that with the community. I mean, are tin toys like really valuable, or are they kind of like
They are.
Yeah, the original ones are really quite valuable right now.
Oh, nice. They were back in, I don't think they would be in the 40s. They wouldn't be in the 40s because tin was very valuable.
All that healthy lead paint on them.
Yeah.
Would that be in the 30s that they started? Does anybody know?
No, right after World War II, they got big.
It started after World War II. Straight after.
Okay. Let's look at another community member's build, and this guy is, like I said, he's got the weight of the paper world upon his shoulders.
It's our friend James.
Yeah.
This is your SpaceX. The thing about you, James, I can count on you doing pictures of every step of the way, and I like that.
Well, so it's always been the way I've done it. I've always liked showing the growth of the model from the ground up.
James.
Yes.
You know how we were talking? I think it was a couple of weeks ago about the Star Trek, the Reliant paper model that you were thinking of doing.
Yeah.
And you were saying that was bigger than a 350. How much bigger is it?
No, it's a 1/400, so it's probably about the same size as a 350.
Oh, same size as a 350.
Yeah.
And
Here's a
it
cool
comes like in,
aspect. I didn't realize you can do this on paper. This looks like this is ribbed. Is that right?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. That's done by pedals that are folded over.
Oh, that is so cool.
That was one of the things. One of the challenge with this model was getting those aligned properly. To do it, they didn't. To do it the way it was sort of specified in the instructions, it would really be awkward to get it all lined up. So what I did was I put a backing in behind it, and that made it a lot easier to line them up, and then just glue the heat shield on top. Made it a lot simpler and easier to align.
Well,
Do you find that many times the instructions are just a nuisance?
Well, there are indications, and sometimes the way the original guy designed it is not necessarily the best. So sometimes his procedure needs to be modified in order to make it work properly.
He's used to doing it the way it's designed, and you can look at it from an outside view and say, well, this is more clearly easily done X way instead of Y way, and he was caught up in his own process.
Yeah, the nose cone was a prime example of that, because it had all glue tabs, and when I tried assembling it with the glue tabs, it was turning out to be a mess. The pieces didn't fit right where it beans. So reprinted the nose cone, cut off all the glue tabs, and used backer tabs in behind, and it worked just fantastic that way. So.
That's so not. That is so not. Screw up. All you have to do is print another one. We have to buy a whole Never mind.
Yep.
He loses a part, he just prints another one.
Yeah.
But
I screw a part up, I just print another one. That's all. Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you still thinking of building that Reliant, James?
Pardon?
You still thinking of building that Reliant?
Oh yeah, that's probably for the fall.
Jack, we are moving forward with the plastic side of things, so because now, when it gets a bit more sophisticated, if we have a broken piece, we can 3D print it.
well, this is true, but I don't think it's that easy to do.
No.
Look at this, guys. Look at this.
You've ordered mine hat.
Stop painted figures.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Bob, you're like awesome.
You've ordered mine hat.
I hate painting figures.
It don't look like it.
It's good. I forced myself to do it.
Are they German pilots or American pilots, Bob?
American, European theater.
All right. Oh, hello. Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt.
Put it on a circular mirror and get to see the underside too.
Yeah.
Jack, I just had a message from John Swallow. He says to say hi.
Hi, John. I invited you. Do you want to have him come in? I don't know. I'll invite him again, but first, I'm just really thrilled about this build here, Bob. This is really
That's
good.
It's really, yeah, I like the designs on that. What's name?
And it don't look like you have a problem with your figures. I think the figures have a, well, they look worn, but still, they're very good. It gives it a
Well, they
lot
started
of
out as scuba divers.
Really high quality. We'll talk about it. I really have trouble with the flesh tones on the face. I just can never happy with them, and then I end up overdoing it and restripping them. And
Wow, it looks fine.
That finger looks a bit ominous, though, Bob.
Ah, the cockpit. Very cool.
Oh, lovely.
Love the detail in there.
Lovely.
Sweet.
Nice.
Very cool.
Very nice.
this is a monogram high-tech kit that comes with photo etch. The actual models are like a 1969 tooling.
Very cool.
I like how you give it that rustic edge.
Yeah. Oh, that's my point. Is that the figures aren't like perfect. They have a rustic look to it, and it fits the model that it goes with. You know?
I mean, the instrument panels look like they've been well used.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like you can imagine the pilot sitting there, and you know he's been in the air and he's been fighting people.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Very cool. What model plane is this?
It's a monogram high-tech kit, which includes the photo etch.
No,
what
what kind of plane is it?
Oh, it's a P-47.
P-47.
Yep.
Oh, I got a P-47. I guess it is the same. Yeah.
It's the bubble top version.
I just have it painted differently. That is really nice. Very cool. Very cool. So anyhow, I mean, is this acrylic paint job particularly with the figures, or is it enamel?
I used all acrylics on the figures.
Okay.
It's about 3 or 4 hours a piece on those to paint those figures.
Mm-hmm. Well, you also have it kind of set up in a diorama sort of way, and there's another guy, Bob Bruce is his name, I believe. He did the diorama for the Hoth scene in Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, that's a cool little kit.
This is an entire kit.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
Wayne wants to join again, Jack.
who?
Wayne.
Okay.
Jack, this was done about the same time as that Yoda and Luke diorama and the Jabba and the throne room diorama.
Well, I didn't give much attention to those from what Bruce is showing here. it's actually a very cool kit to have and build. Wow, this is all in that kit, huh?
Yeah. The base is actually a vacuum form base, and then you get all the little ship models and figures.
Yeah. The vac form actually works because it's meant to be snowy ice. So.
Right. Well, but what I find fascinating about this kit that I'm seeing right now is the amount of detail it has.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
The people are a little large compared to the Falcon there.
Yeah.
Not quite the scale. Wow, look at that.
Yeah, I love that.
Wow, look at the antenna on that.
I mean, he's even got the X-wings, the B-wings.
Uh-huh.
Yes, isn't it?
Yeah, I would imagine that transport was supposed to be way larger than that.
Yeah.
I would think. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not to scale, but the amount of detail is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I got a little flutter here too. Look at that.
Now, did he add to it at all?
I don't know.
Like the cranes and stuff? Is that stock or is
I
that?
don't remember. I think most of that is in there. He may have used 2 kits to. I don't remember being there quite that many ships or figures.
Uh-huh.
I think most of it's there is in the kit.
Wow.
That Falcon's a big model.
But I haven't looked at it in 20 years.
Bob, who makes that kit?
AMT.
Oh, is that an AMT kit, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Huh. Where are you, Wayne? It's so noisy over there.
All came out about the same time.
It's a little noisy there, Wayne. I gotta mute you.
Sorry.
Is he at another museum today?
Okay.
Oh, I have that at McDonald's.
And this is this right? I hope he posted it us on the community. Because if it's a link, I'm going to have to delete it. No, it is actually here. Talk about miniature. This is not faint of heart for people to do, particularly if you're beginning. And if you're not Phil, you could probably do it.
That is the world's smallest toolbox.
That is pretty small there, Phil. What do you think? Do you think you can handle it?
Oh, maybe. I might need to get 2 of them.
What I like about this is you can actually see the screw heads or the bolt heads that are part of the joints. And that's pretty damn small.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. James can make it out of paper.
Yeah.
Make it out of paper. All right.
Now, show me the scale X-Acto knife in the toolbox.
Which you have to make as well.
I did a stand-up toolbox with all the tools in it for one.
I'd like to see the drill bits.
There you go. Drywall screws.
This is from Wayne. Finally found some pictures. I knew they were here, Wayne, of some stuff that you had just built, or at least making, you know. This must be a British plane.
That's a Vulcan or something like that, isn't it? No?
The Eurofighter.
Eurofighter, yeah.
Yeah, it's done Fellow Britain camo. That's my Mad Max build.
I thought with the grid here over the windows. Wow. Cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I just finished it last night, and it's posted a picture on it. It's all weathered, all battered and bruised. So.
Is this your next build?
Yes, that's my first car build.
Oh, this will be your first car build.
Yes.
Wow.
Nice. Nice.
You've never built a car. Huh.
No, it's like the Battlestar Galactica. That'll be my first sci-fi build. Once I get around to it. Sorry, I'm having my lunch.
Gee, I don't know why my picture won't. Let's see if this is going to work. Okay, there we go.
I can see you, Jack.
There, Wayne. You clean up rather nicely there, Wayne.
Yeah.
Where are you?
What? I'm at work.
Where are you?
I'm at work. I found a Wi-Fi hotspot. Well, I'm at the cafe at work getting some food.
Okay.
Discount.
Cool.
So.
You're getting paid to do a hangout. That's cool.
Right.
Hush! Don't tell anybody. He's in a meeting.
I believe the next screen share I have, and it's going to be my last, I do believe Thomas Johnson is a relatively new member of Amazing Plastic.
Yes, he is.
He posted a picture of a battleship that he complained about how badly it fits together. Yeah. And he says it's not complete yet, but I have to disagree with him. This is awesome looking.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really good.
What, he couldn't decide on a color?
And
actually, I kind of like those transisting colours because it makes it stand out.
But also, he looks like he got inspiration from Phil. There's a lot of railing in this too.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is really cool. Really cool. You know, it may have fit badly, but can't tell. Can't tell that it's not finished either. So, yeah. Anyway, fellas, it was a great joy hanging out with you guys, and maybe next time we'll be able to, hang out some more. And I just want to, sound out that if this is your first hangout, or if you've never, joined the Google Plus community, join. It's Amazing Plastic at Google Plus, and if you want to watch past episodes of the Amazing Plastic Across the Pond and other hangouts, just subscribe to my channel, Scratch and Jack, and perhaps even like this video if you liked watching and enjoying our camaraderie. Anyhow, I'd like to thank every single one of you for joining us. Thanks, Bob. Bob, you're awesome. And Heath, thanks for joining us as well.
Thank you, Jack.
Go to bed. I'm glad you're not on Red Bull right now.
No, I just had a coffee.
Oh, okay,
I'm fine.
And James, thanks for representing the entire paper modeling community.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's a heavy burden.
And Jamie, thanks for stopping by too as well. And same with you, Wayne. Thanks for stopping by. And of course, Phil. Model on, Phil.
Well,
I just have one advice for you. If you can't get to your airbrush, there is something called a paint brush. Look it up on Wikipedia. You'll know what it is.
Spray cans. Spray cans work.
Spray cans. I got one right here. I got one right here.
Although for Phil's ships, he needs a paint roller.
yes.
Yes. Get one. Minute.
Thank you, Lou, for joining us. I wish I was enjoying coffee with you too. I already drank mine, so I can't have any more. That's that. Anyway, thanks for watching, and model on, everyone, and see you on the 22nd of August. Bye now.
Guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good day.